And we ask that you keep it to a minimal because there may be a lot of people that want to share, but everyone's willing to share what they felt this weekend and how they felt. That's what it's for. And we are being taped, so if you don't want to be taped, let us know. We can turn it off. And with that, is there anybody that would like to start? The floor is for you. If you want to come up, you can set up here and you can share what you want to share.
All right, Chris. We're all anxious.
Hello, family. My name's Chris, and I'm a grateful recovering addict.
Hi, Chris.
Pulling in here this weekend, I turned to my sponsor, my sponsee brother, and I said, "Man, I sure hope this place grows on me because I wasn't really digging it." And did it. Like, I've had an opportunity to gain so many friendships this weekend and hang out with some of the most coolest people on earth. Do you ever get that good feeling inside of you where you know you're welcome and you know this is where you belong? And no matter what you do or what you say, people still love you for who you are? You guys, each and every one of you have shown me unconditional love this weekend. And it just touched my heart so deep. And that's all I've got.
Thanks.
That's all I want to share.
See you next year.
Keep it short, keep it simple. AJ, it's your turn.
I was qualified to say it. Just like me, brother.
Hi everybody, I'm Megan, I'm a recovering addict. Last year was my first time here and I didn't know what to expect, but I found that, like the theme, we do grow with love. So I came back this year knowing what to expect, but getting even bigger blessings. It's exceeded my expectations greatly. I have found a lot of love, a lot of hope, a lot of courage, a lot of faith, and a lot of growth. I was reflecting with a few addicts this weekend about where we were at last year and where we're at this year. And I found out I am, in my opinion, the most blessed person on earth because I have you people in my life. I'm grateful for that. I thank you and I love you all. That's all I got.
Thanks, guys. Keep coming back.
I'm an addict called AJ. And I too have a lot of gratitude. When Chris said the word unconditional love, this is we grow with love, and a lot of the things I've thought about lately and I've heard other people say it before I got here even, there's only one kind of love. I don't have an unconditional kind of love and a regular kind of love, and I know there's other languages that have a lot of words for the word love besides we just have love. I was talking about that the other night. And then I heard somebody say there's only two ways to feel, love and fear. It's either fear-based or it's love. And I didn't have any fear. I said when I got here, I said there's people I know I was looking forward to seeing, and there's people that I'll meet. And I didn't get a chance to meet everybody, but I know I've come away with a lot more. I've broadened the base of my recovery, the higher the point of freedom. I've made a lot of connections with people here and other functions I've gone to. This is the fellowship part of the program. This is just as essential as having a basic text, a sponsor, and a God of your understanding. This goes right along with it. And it proved once again that that's what it's all about. I'm not alone. driving here 2 hours, I heard that Meg say, about the expectations, and that's something we talk about at meetings, don't have too high expectations. But, my expectations were met and exceeded also. Looking forward to other events. This is a great format to have workshops and have the outdoors both together and to have the love here. And that's all I've got. Thank you.
Hi, family. I'm Manak named Marie. Hi, Marie. I'm grateful to be here too. This is like my 6th year coming, and the first year when I came, I was pretty scared because I just had gotten my babies back in my life, and it's like, oh, Destiny was just a baby. Look at her now; she's gonna be 6. And it was just, okay, watch her, watch this. And today, this weekend around, I was really, really relaxed. I had no problem. They already knew the routine: get in line, where to sit, and where to play, and all that. So it was good. And the beauty this time around was, these kids had a lot of fun this weekend. They had their own little, see, we are some creative people, and they're very creative because they went and had their own beauty salon and whatnot going on, And I thank all of you for participating because we do grow with love, and, we got to nurture our babies too, and they loved it. They enjoyed it, and that was awesome. It was nice for somebody to go up there at the main speaker and announce that, I thought that was cute, but I'm truly grateful to be here. It took me some time to get here because I did plan to get here on time, and shit happened. I got stuck on Road 30 with 7 kids and 4 adults. But we made it. That wasn't going to mess it up. My car finally got towed, and I got another transportation to get here. See, God is greater than me. I could have turned around and been total South Center and say, forget it, go home. But I'm here, and I'm really glad to be here. I told other addicts about this. I always announce this convention because it's really spiritual, you know what I mean? And I tell them, if you don't have any spirituality, you got to have a spirit, got to have it in. You got to come down here and da-da-da. But, a few addicts came this year, and they were excited about it, and they were happy. They're like, they're already setting up next year. I'm bringing my barbecue grill and da-da-da-da-da. And that's good, and we do grow with love. Look around you. There's new faces and old faces, and it's just an awesome feeling. I'm truly grateful to be here, and I'll keep coming back.
My name is Sandy. I'm an addict.
Hi, Sandy.
I am really nervous. I didn't even know I was going to even come up here, but I decided I just had to show my gratitude. I came here last year for the first time, and when I came here last year, I was depressed and lonely. I had lost my husband 2 years before that. We had just got married, and he was in a car accident and got killed. And I was just out of it. And my girlfriend, Vicki, asked me to come up here last year. Maybe it may make me feel better. And I came, and I really enjoyed myself. And I still, when I left here, I still had the feeling I'll be by myself. I really thought I was going to be by myself for the rest of my life. You know how we addicts, we just thinking is just crazy. And then this year I came back, and I met this friend a couple months ago, and I brought him back with me. And it's just awesome. Mm-hmm. This fellowship and just being a part of it and just having some faith in God, and that's all I had to say. Thanks.
Keep coming back.
Hi, family. I'm Shannon. I'm an addict.
Hi, Shannon.
This year, I didn't come up here with any expectations. First year I came up here, I was scared because I didn't want to be around the bugs and whatever else is up here. I'm not one that likes to camp. And I got up here and I got really overwhelmed. And I came back, I was basically feeling spiritually high the rest of the year. And there's an addict who's not here right now. And I'm surprised Marie didn't mention it. He always calls this place his happy place. And I'm stealing it this year because that reminds me, this is, I can't have the same happy place as Skip does, but it's my happy place. Sorry I wrecked his anonymity. I don't know, I mean, the tree and everything like that, it was overwhelming 3 years ago. And I was so overwhelmed I couldn't even touch it. And then the next year I came back last year and had all these expectations of what I thought it was going to be again. And I got a little depressed because I was used to the overwhelming high that I got from the year before. And it wasn't that great. It just that I was expecting it to be the same, and it's not the same every year. Every year it's different, but it's good, if you know what I mean. So this year I didn't have any expectations. I just came down here just ready to relax and enjoy it. And there's lots of new faces, and there's a lot of people I wish were here from last year, just to see how they're doing and stuff. And I didn't get a lot of phone numbers and things like that, like I was planning on doing, because I figured I'll just see them next year. But that's all right. I'll keep coming back, and hopefully they will too. I don't know. I just love this place. And in our area, a lot of people were downing this place. They won't come out here because of the, raccoons or something might come in your cabin or something like that. And I said that would never happen. It's okay if they do come in your cabin because they need, recovery too. They aren't here to eat humans anyway. They wanted my food. They got some. Anyway, I'm just glad I'm here, and I'll keep coming back. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Pete, and I'm a grateful recovering addict. This is my second year here. I can remember coming here when I was younger, too, because my parents had a problem just like I did, and they knew it, And I don't know if it's inherited, but I know I got it, and I know I'm an addict, Had a pretty good year, considering some downfalls or whatever, and I enjoy coming to this place because I feel the serenity, I feel the spirit, and I feel the welcome and the hospitality, and mainly the honesty. We left our rooms or whatnot, and everything kept in place and that, And I can honestly say that these are my family, and I need your help and I need your support, and I surely will miss you. So next year, and I hope all of you do well and prosperity and that, and with that I'll keep coming back.
Thanks, Pete.
My name's Rick. I'm an addict.
Hi, Rick.
This is the 4th year I've wanted to come here. This is the first year I managed it. And having heard all about it in the previous years, I think my expectation level met reality for one of the few times in recovery. First thing I want to do is thank the staff at Camp Mac and the convention committee from North Central area. They've done a hell of a job putting this on. It's really good. Seeing people that I've known over the years and rekindling friendships from there, starting off new acquaintanceships which will turn into friendships over the years. These types of gatherings, the people that come are the ones that really are the ones that are willing to share, themselves, and that's what I get from here. The way I felt through the weekend is just open. I've gotten a lot out of every workshop. I've gotten a lot out of every conversation I've had, and with that, I'll keep coming back.
Thanks, Rick.
Hi, my name's Brian. I'm an addict. I hate mics and speaking. Hate being up here. I just like to say that I got a chance to bond with my sponsee and sponsee family. I was was an emotional time here. And I knew I was going to come up here and cry, so I had to talk fast, so all that wouldn't come out. But it was great year, a lot of fun. Played a lot of tricks on each other, checked temperaments, had fun, playing with each other, being a family. Look forward to it next year. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Hello, everybody. My name's Steve. I'm an addict. Hi, Steve. It's my first convention, and man, it was a blast. I definitely can't wait for the next one. I'll definitely be here again. And I came here. All I expected before I came here was just to make it and and have some fun. And I really didn't know what to expect, and I got much more than I'd ever imagined, because I heard other addicts talk about, it's a real boost to your recovery, and man, it's a different aspect of the fellowship, it's different from just being in meetings and going out for coffee or something after that, or spending time with other recovering addicts or something. And man, this was great. The one thing that I'll always remember the most what I got out of here is, I learned how to play again and have fun, because I forgot how to do that. And man, I played the whole time I was here. I had a blast. That's all I got.
Thanks, Steve.
Hi everybody, my name is Mark. I'm an addict. And the last two people that just came up here kind of said a couple of words that kind of got me thinking. And one of them's laughter. I didn't laugh for 2 years before I came into recovery. I just couldn't laugh about anything. And that's one gift that I've gotten back is laughter. And I've hung out with a couple of knuckleheads this weekend. I mean that in a good way. And we hit periods of hysterical laughter. I mean, that gut-wrenching shit, And it seems, to be honest with you, it seems like the harder we got to laugh, and the more we kind of pressed our spirituality, like, away or whatever. But anyways, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but we just got crazy this weekend, and I was kind of mischievous as far as just messing around with people that I know well enough to mess around with. But what I love about them is that they can just dish it right back, So I think next year I'll have to stop at the gag shop before I come here. But just lots of laughter, and just last year was my first year here, and the spirit of recovery and the unconditional love it just permeates the air here. But the only thing I missed is the croquet. I was looking forward to doing that, but it's no big deal. And yeah, next year. I really didn't have any expectations as far as the different things. All I knew is I just wanted to get here, and I didn't have to worry about nothing else. I just wanted to get here. And I'm kind of sad that it's time to go. And I don't know. I have loner qualities, and things like this helps me kind of pull out of that. And I'm still not good at just about walking up to somebody that I've never seen before at a meeting or at a function and just come up and introduce myself and say hi and give them a hug, and there's probably people in this room that I haven't even said hi to yet this weekend, but I'm getting better at it, and that's about it. I'm glad I came this year. I definitely want to come back next year. Thanks.
I'm an addict called Bob. I actually was real apprehensive coming here this weekend, bringing my sons. They seem to need excitement, and I didn't think there would be enough exciting things for them to do to keep this thing running smoothly. But I can't believe that it's 4 days later. It just came and gone. You know, we blew in here Friday night, knowing we were going to stay with Bruce and his boys, and found a cabin. I want to apologize to a couple of people that it's like we just kind of blew in there, the six of us, and all of a sudden they departed, so I think we overwhelmed them a little bit, and I apologize for that. So, but we had just a fantastic time. The boys both have expressed to me that they would like to come back, and just really had a fun time, but also had a very spiritual time. Something I needed to do coming into this weekend was to slow down. For years in this program, people have been telling me that, I'm moving too fast, I'm doing too much. And this weekend I was really able to do that. Just relax and slow down and not listen to the voicemails and not pay attention to all the other activity that's happening in the outside world, and just concentrate on this place. And that was wonderful for me personally. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Go, Judy. All right, Judy. Come on, Judy. There you go. Come on, Judy.
Okay, Marie. Hi, I'm Judy, and I'm an addict. I was sitting there listening to everybody, and I'm thinking, what did I get out of this weekend? What did I get out of this weekend? Beyond the beauty and the miracle and the grace of seeing that cross tree, watching the gentleness of Pete helping Cheryl up and down the stairs at night with the flashlight, and the patience that Marie has with all those kids. Those were miracles of this program for me that I received out of this weekend. I didn't know what to expect when I got here. I heard that, you sleep in cabins or you sleep in a dorm, and I'm thinking that everybody's going to be in one big room. And, I'm kind of like into boundaries a lot. So I was like, I don't know about this one. But I said, okay. Because this is generally something that we don't usually do. We go to dances, we visit with friends, but to come to something like this, we've never really done that before. So I'm real grateful that we had the opportunity to do that. What did I get most out of this weekend? I think I got my Sugar Man back. That's what I got. Thanks.
Keep coming back. See you next week.
I'm Acme, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing? One thing I learned this weekend is no matter what happens, it'll be okay. I've just kind of paid up all these expectations, all these things that I would prefer to happen. I know that they probably ain't gonna happen, and I need to just accept that, and it's all right. Just remember that it'll be okay. No matter what happens, I'll be all right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.
Coffee man.
Good job.
My name is Phil. I'm an addict. I was thinking about the name of this. We grow with love. We die without it. I spent most of my life looking for it, even in recovery. I wasn't able to really feel it in my heart until I was about 44 years old, and I've been learning how to apply the principles in all my affairs. And everything the steps led me to, different lectures, workshops, trainings, John Bradshaw type stuff, anybody's familiar with it, different step books.
It's hard to hear back here, Phil.
Okay. And it was something I wanted all my life, but I was scared to death of, because it wasn't something I was raised with. And I was talking with a few people. This is only my second convention ever, my first time here. When I got straight to, you newer members, you're real lucky. There's all kinds of shit to do now, but this kind of stuff just wasn't going on. All there was meetings, and there was very few of those. Now there's dances, pig roasts, canoe trips, conventions, all kinds of stuff to do. But the scariest thing for me is allowing someone to love me. Because somewhere in my life before I got to this fellowship, I made a vow that I wasn't going to let anybody do that, because everybody that ever did or said they did hurt me some way, shape, or form. And then at this point in my life today, I have an openness that I've never experienced before. And sometimes people close to me think I'm doing things I'm not, although I was doing some things for a while, some of you know. But it was through working the steps and being able to do things that I can do that. So before I could grow with love, I had to find out what it was. I had to be able to feel it. And, I don't know if there's anybody else, but that's a scary place. Scary place, love. I read about it, I understood it in theory, but in here, it just wasn't going on. So maybe I'll be back next year, I don't know. God didn't tell me that far yet in the future. And spirituality's more rustic than this. I think that 40-foot Winnebago's looking pretty good about now. That's all for Phil.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm Ray. I'm an addict. Oh, geez, another year. When we first get here every year, like this year was ironic because I told I had to work, and her and my sponsor were supposed to leave at 11, and we only live about 45 minutes away, and I got off at noon. I was down here about 12:30, and they both weren't here yet. Like, wait a minute, they don't have that far to go. And it started out right. He had a deer fly on his head, and she smacked the dog mess out of his head, and it was funny. I mean, she was saying she was knocking it off his head, and here he got a big old knot on top of his head to start the weekend out. And it's like, man, he said, you could have knocked it off instead of beating it into me. And then we started talking about we were putting the signs up for the doors. You know, well, we were in this lodge 1 year, and we ran Scott away because he ate all the potato chips and made a person mad, so they crunched them all up and poured them in his bed. And oh, this room over here, we ran this person off because she didn't like when we were talking, and she got mad and left. You know, we didn't run nobody off. They just couldn't. They weren't at that point in their recovery to stay here. And the first year, it cracked me up that we had a Monday speaker, but we changed to this format. And the first thing he said he couldn't, he looked out and seen two ducks getting it on. He never seen that before in his life. And it's like the things people come up with, you know, like 1 year, two women addicts were out in a boat. They pushed themselves off, and I was coming in with my wife in a canoe, and they asked us, how do you steer it or paddle it, and they're way out in the lake, you know, and the things we'll do in recovery, they told me, you know. But I'm just grateful, and I wish the individual would walk in. The man that found this place is standing outside, and I'm very grateful he found this place. I look forward to it every year, even though it's a madhouse the week before, trying to make sure we have everything. So, okay, we're going to cover this, we're going to cover that. Anybody that's done anything like this, they understand. It's not a lot of work, but it's a lot of mental strain. You know, I mean, I remember the first year, I think we had 35 paid registrations, 65 people total. And you look today, I think we get about 180, 200 people total. So we're growing, you know, it really is. And it's growing because of you people, not what we're doing. It's from this place's spirit and the people when they come and they have a good time and they can let loose. And recovery is more than meetings. I firmly believe that, you know. And we need more things for addicts to do. I really believe that, you know. But I'm just grateful. The main thing is that I can enjoy a place like this, and our higher power gives us something like this. And the amazing thing that amazed me, they invite us back every year. But, you know, I'm just very, very grateful for that. I didn't ask him to come get you, Don, but I was telling him you're the one that found this place, and I'm very grateful for that. That's the gentleman. I usually don't do that. Don knows me. I don't believe in doing that. He knows that. I mean, we've had our discrepancies. We both believe in different things, but we both love each other. I know that. And we both believe in our own recovery. And that's what's great about this fellowship. You know, I don't have to get along with everybody. We can disagree, but we have the one thing in common, and that's staying clean, you know. And before I close, this meeting ain't closed before I close. I just hope everybody drives safe going home. And what we always tell people is, if you enjoyed this weekend and you want to come back next year, which we hope you do come back, bring a friend. I know Marie probably forgot that. We always ask if you bring a friend so they can share this miracle also. And with that, I'll pass.
Thanks, Ray.
My name's Doug and I'm an addict.
Hi, Doug.
I'm real grateful to be here. I had a great time, and like it's second year here, and I think I rode twice as far this year as I did last year. And I want to thank the committee for letting me help out and make this a little bit more for everybody else. And that was my service, is to help out here and to gain everybody else I met this week into my family. And everybody is my family here, all my brothers and sisters. And I love you all, that's all.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
My name is Jim, and I'm a recovering addict.
Hi, Jim.
I'm from the Detroit area, and as you notice, there are quite a few people down here from that area. And we've heard a lot of good things about this convention. I remember hearing about it 4 or 5 years ago. And last year was the first one I got to, and I had such a great time, I had to come back. Now, this is such a wonderful way to start an NA recovery summer. You know, there's a lot of functions that go on with NA all over the country all summer long, and what a great way to start it right here, you know. And I plan to come back next year if I get the chance. So thanks for having me here.
Thank you, Jim.
Hi, I'm Mark. I am an addict. I really don't know what to say, but I figured I'd come up here and at least show my face. Got along
Right back, and my girl asked me to come up here and say something. I was like, nah. But then I know I had to hear it 4 hours all the way back. I'd rather come up here and say, I'd rather come up You know, this weekend has been truly an experience for me. You know, it seems like I've been on an emotional roller coaster ever since I've been here. What really made this worthwhile was y'all. You know, the smile and the hugs that were genuine, the love that you showed me, it really meant a lot. I just want to say thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name's Scott, and I'm a grateful recovering addict. This is the first time I've been up here, and I'll definitely be back. I've had a great time this weekend, and it's nice to know that I'm learning how to have fun in my recovery and do things that I didn't get to do as a kid because I was too busy smoking dope and raising hell. I'm real grateful. There's only one regret that I have, and that's that I didn't bring my kids with me. We'll change that next year because they'll have a ball too. That's it. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Scott.
Hi, my name's Ellen. I'm a grateful recovering addict. This is my first convention I've ever been to. It's not going to be my last. I met so many great people here from all over, and I love it. The friendship. Learned something about somebody that's from my area. Found out she's just as sick as I am. She gave me shit one day, man. Man, she got on my shit. Now I know why. The people I met here are wonderful. I'm taking a lot back with me. Nice little one-liners I've learned. You know, the beauty of this place, the warmth, that tree. I love trees. And that tree was just remarkable. Sharing things with my sponsor, going over my third step. I feel like I've grown a lot in these few months I've been in recovery. This is the first time I've ever been camping without getting high. And I love it. And that's all I have. Thank you. I'll be here next year. You sickle. Now you have to get up there, okay?
Gotta defend myself. I'm Jamie and I'm an addict. And this is kind of different for me because I don't know a lot of you. This is my first year here, and I've loved it. It's been crazy. I'm in like this huge midlife crisis right now, and I've been trying to call my lawyer all week. I think my divorce may be final this week, which would be like a couple months ahead of schedule, and it would be just a big blessing. But you know, in the midst of all of the outside stuff, I've been able to be here too, and you know, and I don't know what hits me the most. I think one of the things that really hit me was we got up here early Friday, and one of our fellow area addicts took us out to the tree, you know, and he did it so well. He took us down the path, and he's like, okay, now look at the ground and go sit down. Don't look up. And then all at the same time, we looked up, you know, and it was awesome to me. You know, it was just awesome. And we spent a few minutes out there getting eaten alive and praying, and it was a beautiful way to start the week. And you know, it amazes me, I think, how much it's true that we do grow with love. And, you know, I didn't really think about the whole theme title, but it's amazing how you see somebody. There's a sister of mine from Lafayette, you know, and I was telling another addict, I said, you know, I've probably spent maybe a half a dozen days with this woman in my life, you know, but I saw her and it was like, I just was like busting with love, you know, and I didn't even talk to her the whole weekend except just, hey, how you doing? Good to see you kind of stuff. but that bond is there, you know, and that's a wonderful gift. It's a great gift in recovery to have those kind of relationships that, you know, even when they're so small, they're so big, you know, and I got a lot out of spending a crazy couple of nights with some chickies, I tell you. I woke up Saturday night at about 3 o'clock in the morning with two of my little sisters. They were going to wrap me as if I looked like a mummy because they couldn't get my arms out of my sleeping bag to put one of my hands in warm water. And I'm just like, love you, girls. So, you know, it's been some crazy stuff, and that's been good. I like what somebody said about being a kid, you know. It's been good to be a kid a little bit and just kind of let loose and do some crying and do some laughing and a lot of laughing. And I'm real grateful for all of you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jane.
Hi, I'm Gina. I'm an addict. I wasn't going to come up here because I can feel my heart in my throat, but I came to this convention not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing how I was going to live the rest of my life. But I'm grateful I did come, and I had a really good time, and I appreciate everybody's love because I know that I'm going to have a better life now that I experienced this experience. And I met a lot of great people, and I got to know people that I probably wouldn't have gotten to know that is in my area, and I'm glad I did because I know that those friendships are going to be great in the future. And I know that I have a lot of people that love me, and I love all you guys too. Thanks.
So anyone else like to share before we close? If there's anybody else that'd like to share, would you help me close then? Oh, you want to share? We got first. No problem. That's okay. Want to get your face in.
Hi, my name is Sherry, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. And I'm very, very scared. I don't know why. We Grow with Love is probably the biggest experience that I've gone through. Thank you. And I needed to do some things this weekend. This was when I got on the toll road to come out here. I knew where I was going, and I got off on the wrong exit, and I knew where I was going. And I just experienced a lot of things that I always kept telling myself I can't do this. And today, with you people in this program, in my life, and living life the way I always knew I could, but always said, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. It's the greatest thing, knowing that I've learned how to do things that I always said I can't do that. And today I can. And the honesty that flows in my life blows me away. I'm like, whoa. It's great. I love it. This weekend has been the biggest breakthrough in my recovery that I've needed for a long time. I just want to keep growing. I really, really do. I love all you people. I am so grateful for this program and my sponsor and my grandma's sponsor. All right. Thank all of you for being here. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you.
My name is Jody and I'm an addict.
Hi, Betty.
And I haven't been here all weekend. I haven't stayed here the weekend. So I thought, I'm not going to share because I don't really have a right to the chair, but I do because I'm an addict. And I've been out here a lot this weekend and traveled back home. And the thing that impacted me the most was Saturday night. After we left, we went to Pizza Hut in Goshen. And we sat in a section, and a family came in, and they were arguing. And they were arguing about Dad being drunk. And every time little girl visits her dad, he's drunk. And I wanted to just turn right around and hightail it back here. I'm grateful for the people in this program. And I never let myself realize how grateful I am for you guys. I've never let anybody in this program get very close to me or let myself get very close to anyone. And if I'm going to stay in this program and stay clean, that's got to change, and that's what I saw. I've been clean for a year, and I still don't have what you have. But next year, when we come back out and stay, just for today, I'm going to say that I hope that will be changed. I love you all. It's been wonderful being out here. Thank you for the hugs and love. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Much like the message of recovery, I think, kind of whispered that and pathetic, so you'll have to listen real hard. Oh, by the way. Somebody must have seen it. Oh, you say that you believe power greater than I messed it up. Yeah. Cheers. So you say you want change in the misery, stop the pain. Can't you feel inside? You can't run, you can't hide. Well, we know what you're feeling, 'cause we've been there too. We know what you've done, 'cause we do what we do. We love you and we need you, and that's just the truth. There's a new life just waiting, and inside there are you. Now the step word. So you say that you believe that a power greater can relieve. Yes, you can feel inside. You heard this the first time. I can't run and I can't hide. But I know what you're feeling. I can make it true. And I know what you've done. But I think I love you and you need you. that's just the truth. There's a new life just waiting in the cycle of blue. One more. Take a chance to make a stand. Give up your life into God's hands. Spark of faith and love ignite. This spirit flame will keep the light. The times are very true, and we know what you've done, because we do what we do. We love you, and that's just the truth. There's a new life just waiting, there's a new world just waiting, there's a new life just waiting. From the stars there are sometimes That's all I got. Now that I've done it, I'll practice it.
I think I got something to share. When I called Don, when I first came to NA, I was a real ungodly person. And I was one of those addicts that struggled with staying clean, and one of those addicts that struggled with the belief that the steps could work, or that they did work. And I went to a convention and I felt something, I didn't know what it was, but it felt really good. I really liked it, and it gave me hope that maybe someday something would change. And today I'm not an ungodly person, and today I don't fear or have reservations about relapse. Today I understand that I only have to work the first 4 steps, and God will work the rest of them, because that's who does it. And it was that feeling, that thing that I really couldn't say or put a label on, that always, it's that same thing with, there was that one certain hug in that first meeting, that it didn't feel like I want to get with you, it didn't feel like I wish you weren't here. It was that feeling I couldn't put a label on it, and in my darkest hours when I was feeling like a real failure, and that I was one of them people that was never going to get it, and the steps were never going to work for me. It was that thing that always gave me motivation when I got sick and tired of hurting inside, to come back no matter all the excuses about personalities or responsibility. The excuses didn't matter over that thing that I couldn't put a label on, that feeling. And for me, if there's anyone here today like me that has those doubts, I went so far as to try to convince somebody 20 years clean that the steps didn't work. Okay? And they said, Don, I'm still clean and you're not. Think about it. And so I'd like to share that thing that today I'm not nowhere near perfect and nowhere near searching perfection. But today my beliefs are a whole lot different than what they were when I first got here, and they change on a regular basis. And to me that's a really great thing. You know, today I say, you know, NA gave me a home, and then NA gave me, and then NA gave me my relationship with God. And so if there's anyone like me that has this confusion that you're afraid to share with somebody because it ain't cool, or because, you know, I know, if you're one of them that to go, I know, you know, hang on to that thing that you can't put a label on. if you can't make it through your expectations, hang on to that one thing, because that one thing is the thing that grows. And for me, that's how we grow with love, is through that thing. And there'll come a day, it did for me through working the steps, when today I understand what that thing is. And today, I don't struggle in my head when an addict shares that this is a God-given program. Today I have an understanding that I had a death sentence lifted from me. You know, I sit here and I look at all the people that I don't see from the first year, friends that I love, that I learned to love in NA. And some of them didn't get that death sentence lifted. And I don't want to bring nobody down, because this is a really cool high, and it's really great to take it home and share it, because them people, you know how addicts are, wow, you got something? I want some of that, you know? They're like, damn, why they act that way? I can't tell you, man, I can't tell you. And it's like, well, okay. And they're like, I want to go, you know? So that's cool, and I don't want to bring anybody down, you know? God bless NA. God bless everybody in here for whatever amount of love you can share with somebody. Everything I ever learned was through someone's love. It wasn't through their attitude or their control or their power, but everything that I learned through someone sharing their love with me. And it started in a place like this, because the first time that I ever experienced that thing that I couldn't put a label on was at a place like this, an NA convention. And then I took my best friend, who had 30 days less clean than me, and he wanted to sit in the car and listen to heavy metal, because he didn't feel comfortable being around people who were laughing and crying and talking without being loaded. And I said, well, come on, it gets better. Come on out of the car. You can listen to that shit later, you know? And we were real confused. We thought self-esteem, people who've heard me share this, came in leather jackets. But that was the way to build self-esteem, buy new leather. You know? We thought higher powers were funny. You know, and we've both relapsed. Both of us have. But here's the miracle. Both of us are clean today. Both of us are still members of Narcotics Anonymous. And guess what? Both of us know that self-esteem is not a leather jacket. So that's all I got to share, and I'm really glad that some of you really had a good time.
Thanks, Don. Thanks,
Okay, is there anybody else that'd like to share? Anybody? Well, I hate to say it, but we need to close then. Would you like to help me close with a group hug and the Serenity prayer, please?
Hey, where you get them copies made up now?
We get to tape it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, take